Hey folks, how's it going? It's Sash P here, and I'm super excited today to bring today's presentation to you because this is a business model that is completely different from everything else that you may have seen or tried. Okay, now it's something that generates income month after month for years and years to come. With this, you'll literally be able to tap into Amazon's nearly 500 million customer database. Now, no, I didn't say subscribers. Yes, Amazon has 500 million customers, all with credit card numbers on file who are ready to buy what you have to sell them. Now, one of the easiest, most profitable things to sell on Amazon these days are ebooks. Yes, ebooks. And with us today is someone who is known as an Amazon Kindle King. And he's going to show you a simple three-step process that he uses to make an absolute killing publishing Kindle ebooks to the tune of a consistent monthly passive income stream. Now, this guy is super cool. I really admire him. He's a family guy, someone who cares for and adores his wife and children. And if you follow him on Facebook, you'll see that him and his family are world travelers. They go from London to Canada to France to Thailand to the Caribbean. They literally travel the entire world whilst his Amazon income continues to come in. So anyway, with that said and done, I don't want to waste too much of your time with a long-winded introduction. I'd rather give you straight over to the main man himself, none other than Mr. T.Y. Cohen. Now, when it comes to creating a passive income stream online, this guy is literally a master. So I'm going to leave you in his capable hands today, and he's going to literally blow your mind with what he's been doing with Amazon and how you can replicate his success. So take it away, T.Y.
For doing that. Excited about this. Now you should have seen where the slide had changed, right? Let me ask you a question before we get started. Okay, some of you may have heard of me before. Some of you may not have heard of me before. And, that's okay because I do these presentations and I speak to different audiences from time to time. But normally I like to just really make money in the background quietly at home using the method that I'm going to be sharing with you in just a moment, okay? So if you've never heard of me before, that's fine. If you have heard of me before, that's awesome. I want you to pay attention to the information because I have a lot of stuff, okay? Thank you, Larry. I appreciate that. Larry says, I like that MO, all right? Now, let me ask you a question. Have you ever published a Kindle book before? Have you ever published a Kindle book before? And just use the questions box and I'm going to close this out here. Use the questions box. Let me know. Let's see. Yes, no, yes, nope, nopey, no, never, no, no, nope, no, 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 no. Okay. All right. So about 80% of you are saying no here. That is awesome because that gives you a huge advantage. Nada, says Alan. Larry says a friend has two. No. Now, let me also let you know in advance that the system, the webinar recording system that we're using is a little bit screwy, so some of you may see me responding to your questions and answering and shouting out your names, and some of you may not. It's been acting really weird lately, so forgive me if you ask a question and I don't see it. But I do want you to ask questions because the question that you don't ask may be the one that is preventing you from actually getting this, all right? So ask questions, and I will answer them as we go throughout this presentation, as well as at the very end, I'm going to answer every single question. So how about that? I love these, okay? Let's see. No, 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 never. A friend has two, says Larry. Awesome. Okay, great. So like I said, about 80% of you have never published an ebook before, and there are some of you that have. So that's cool. It doesn't matter. Now, let's get started. My promise to you is to give you all of the information that you need in order to research, write, and publish a series of best-selling Kindle books to generate massive passive income, right? Just days from right now. Now, I know that's a pretty tall order. I know that's a pretty bold statement right there, right? But I want to show you just some of my students and the results that they've been having. Here is one of my students. His name is Brian. Brian is actually a professor at Penn State in Pennsylvania. How many folks have ever heard of Penn State up there? And now this is a guy that's a professor, right? Traditional educational background. And he's started using my system, and he sent me a text one morning out of the blue, and he says, I want to update you. Since I've been using your system, this month will be my first $5,000 month. I want to thank you for all of your guidance and inspiration. my goal is set on getting to the $10,000 per month by June 1st level. That's pretty awesome. I was pretty happy to get that from Brian, okay? Especially 9:37 in the morning, okay? And now here's another one. I got one of these fancy Apple Watches that someone had actually gave me. I'll tell you, listen, when you start making money, it's weird because people give you all types of gifts, right? When I was poor, I could hardly afford one of these things. But here's the thing. No, Doug, not at all. I'm just showing you the testimonials. Now, here's a text message that I got. This I actually got the other day, Doug, all right, just the other day, about 2 days ago. This is from one of my students, Tracy Vorster, who's over in Seattle. And she says, good morning, Ty. I got this one in the morning, too, now that I think about it, 9:44 in the morning. Good morning, Ty. My ebook has sold 5 copies this week. Now, you might say 5 copies. What really blew me away was she had just gotten started just like 2 days ago prior to sending me this. Okay? It is live, Matt. 100% live. Matt Whitaker says the email said this was live. How's that for live for you, Matt? Reading out your question, right? You don't get that on a recorded webinar. All right, there. Matt puts LOL. All right, so Tracy had just started my system like 2 days ago. And she sent me a text and said, sold 5 copies of her book, first week. Awesome, right? Way to go, says Luis for Tracy. Absolutely. Here's one of my top students here. His name is Darren DeVry. Darren is 66 years old, I think now. He lives in Perth, Australia, right? And he sent me this, right? I just want to make a note here. 66 years old, okay? He's in Perth, Australia, and he sent me this testimonial. He says, Ty, over the last year, I've continued to follow your system, and I'm now doing $20,000 per month in sales. $20,000 a month per sales, in sales, right? And just awesome. So a lot of students that are doing really well with this. As a matter of fact, you're going to see where I have a community that I want to invite you to, where all of our students get together and we help each other out. So the new folks that are coming along, just like you, that have never published an ebook before, the folks that have published 1 or 2 before, and the folks like Darren here who's really crushing it, and he's making, he's actually making $22,000 a month, okay? So you are at ground level of what is being called a new age diamond mine, right? I like to call this the new age diamond mine. Mark, you'll be really surprised. Watch. So let's take a look at some of the money that I've been able to make just playing around with publishing ebooks before I created the streamlined system for doing so. And I say playing around because I'll be honest with you, as creative individuals, who can relate to this? As creative people or entrepreneurs, we have the gift of being able to come up with ideas and create content sometimes, right? But we also have the curse of having shiny object syndrome, right? We have that curse of having shiny object syndrome and everything looks good. How many people can relate to that? So that's what ADD says, Matt. So when I say, playing around, it's because when I first got started with this, I really didn't recognize the potential, the true potential, and I kind of bypassed it, and I actually kind of missed it almost because I was so involved with everything else. Like, I would totally chase rabbits down freaking rabbit holes and really just be all over the place, all right? So one of the first checks that I got from Amazon was in the amount of $2,297.30. $2,297.30. And at this point, when I first got this check, again, because I was all over the place, shiny object syndrome, I'm trying to do everything, YouTube, marketing, Facebook, right, doing this, that, and the third. Put some ideas in there. What are some of the things that you guys are working on right now? All right? Because I was chasing so many different things, I didn't see this. E-commerce, says Randy. E-commerce, says Felicia. Ignatius says e-commerce. Right? So Drop shipping, says KJ. Video, says Larry. Affiliate, says Ignatius. So I was also just all over the place. I was actually focusing on drop shipping. I was focusing on affiliate marketing, Google AdWords, Google AdSense, e-commerce, just everything, right? Shopify, I'm there right now, Andrew. And I didn't recognize the true potential when I first got this check here in the amount of $2,297.30. And it wasn't until the next one, bam, where 30 days later, I didn't do anything differently, right? But I saw an increase in the amount of $2,873.13. It was a 25% increase, as a matter of fact. And then this kind of piqued my attention here, and I said, you know what, maybe there is something to this Amazon stuff, okay? And then after that, the next month, I saw another increase. Mark, they're both fact and fiction that I'm selling. Great question. And this was in the amount of $4,462.53, a 55% increase. Now, when I received this check from Amazon, this is when I started paying attention. And I said, you know what, Ty, maybe you should put some of the other stuff to the side. And I started doing that, and I started publishing a few more titles. I started testing things like descriptions and covers and titles and price points, all of the stuff that I'm going to share with you on this presentation. And then when I started to do that, I went from $4,462.53, bam, to a whopping 88% increase, $8,403.84. Right now, this had been the largest check that I have ever received from anything online, internet marketing related, right? So I said, okay, let me focus. Now, I'm going to be honest with you here. I'm going to share some things with you that work from my personal experience, all right? And I might deviate from this every once in a while, but one of the things that really helped me to start to see an increase and really start to gather some momentum was when I stopped, and that is stop looking at every email, stop looking at every video, stop looking at every social media site. When I focused, yes, monthly, focused on one thing, and when I learned to become a master of execution. So does that make sense? Once I learned to stop, focus, and execute, I started to see massive increases in the amount of money that I made online. Okay? There you go, Andrew. And now, right, I'm consistently seeing levels where I reach $30,000, $35,000, sometimes even $40,000, $45,000, okay, during the holiday seasons. But consistently $30,000 a month. Doesn't matter if it's January or July or August or September. I'm consistently seeing these numbers, okay? Consistently. Absolutely, Randy. All right? So when would you like to have your own diamond mine? I'm going to show you some stuff here. I'm going to give you everything that works for me here and what works for my students. But remember this, most people fail because they don't focus first. And then most people fail because they don't execute. Okay? All right, so there you go. Now, when you stay until the end, you'll actually see a niche that my daughter started publishing to at the age of 13. And she actually grew that to $5,000 a month in sales. And I'm going to show you exactly the niche and the genre that she's publishing to. When I first put this program together, because like someone just said that they watch a lot of webinars. Who was it? I think it was Randy maybe. When I first put this course together, I was at the point where I was watching a ton of webinars, okay? And I said, you know, if I ever get to the point where I'm able to have my own webinar, I'm going to make sure that it's something that people can follow along in a very simple 1, 2, 3 system and get results. So I put this course together and I tested it on my 13-year-old. I used her as a guinea pig, and her name is Maya. I said, Maya, here, take this course, and if you can get results from this thing without any guidance from me, then I know that anyone can do it. Okay? I know that anyone can do it. So there you go. She's doing $5,000 a month now. All right? And this pays for her college, right? So think about that. This entire system that I'm going to share with you, you not only will be able to use it for yourself, but you also can use it to help your children, right? To develop an entrepreneurial mindset. Sometimes it's kind of challenging getting our friends and family to see what we see. Sometimes it's extremely challenging to get our significants or our spouses to believe in us, right? So this is something that you can get the entire family involved with, okay? All right, now let's get started. My name is Ty. I've made 6 figures with a program that Amazon had before back in the day. Actually, it's still around right now. It's called Amazon Advantage, and you can actually go in and Google it. And the Amazon Advantage program, all right, was a program, or is a program for people that sell physical books. And I was at a point where I was selling a ton of physical books. I mean, I was shipping out 7,000, 8,000 physical books a month. And it got to be a lot of work. It got to be very labor intensive. I'm always running to the post office box and things like that. And because I was doing so well with the Amazon Advantage program, Amazon invited me to become one of their beta testers for a new program that they were rolling out called the KDP program. KDP is short for Kindle Direct Publishing, right? I got started with that, and this was way before ebooks became popular, right? Us marketers, we knew about ebooks, and a very select few individuals knew about ebooks, and so I was kind of skeptical. I said, who's going to want to read a digital book? This was one of the few times where I was happy to be wrong. Now I'm known as the king of Amazon Kindle Publishing. I spent years running tests to discover what works and what doesn't, things like price points, what topics sell best, cover designs, and, right, how to start and profit fast. Because I think that's important. I think that's when you're doing internet marketing, because it's so easy to be able to get up and running quickly, you want to learn how to do it the right way, or else you'll become overwhelmed, okay? I've made millions with Amazon. I have hundreds of extremely successful students across the globe, from Canada to the UK, France, Australia, Russia, right? I've got a young lady over in Russia. I've taught dozens of 7- and 8-figure marketers. And most importantly, I've taught my family, like I said, how to make a killing using the system. My wife uses it. My daughter Maya uses it as well. Now I'm going to show you exactly how to do the same. Okay? Now, I started out working as a clerk at Walgreens Pharmacy. So there's nothing extra special about me. Right? I came from a normal background, regular background here. Not necessarily an internet marketing background. So if I can get this, you can get this as well. And I had gone through some really hard points in my life, some hard times in my life. And, you know, really humble beginnings here. But I knew that I needed something different. I knew that there was more out there for me. I was working, we were getting paid a stipend at Walgreens. And really, yes, Larry is asking, am I a high school grad? But I failed sophomore year, Larry. All right, so I spent 5 years in high school. All right, but I knew that there was more to life other than dedicating. I had been working for Walgreens for 10 years, and I knew that there was more than me just going to work at Walgreens, right, at 9 o'clock and then getting off at 5 or 7 or 8 sometimes, and then the next day repeating the same thing, and then the next day repeating the same thing. I just didn't know what it was. And it wasn't until I found this system, all right? So let me just disclaimer before we get started, right? This is the stuff that my lawyer wants me to tell you. You will most likely not make thousands and thousands of dollars from, all right, and I've got form here, all right, from the first ebook that you publish. I'm just going to be honest with you, all right? This entire webinar, I think that we should develop a relationship where we're totally open. I'm going to ask you some questions, and I want you to be open, and you can ask me some questions, and I'll be open, all right? I'm not going to, this is not one of those webinars where people just, well, I'm going to tell you whatever you want to hear. When I first got started, I just wanted to cover a few bills. I was happy if I could cover the rent or the light bill or the car payment. And that's what this did for me. Little did I know it would grow to this point where I'm making tens of thousands of dollars a month, right? This is a long-lasting business model that you can consistently generate income from for many, many, many years. I've consistently, for 5 years, done extremely well with this. And actually, there was to a point where I actually was a little bit reluctant about sharing this with people because it just works so well, right? It just works so well. And I had a good friend of mine who said, Ty, you know, you've been really blessed. And I started to think, you know, I've been so blessed that this is like hitting the lottery every month. I said, I have to give back in some way. And this is the only way that I know. And that is to share this with other people, right? This thing will never dry up. Think about it. Selling books has been around for hundreds and centuries, right? Right? Think about that. So it's never going to dry up, ever. Okay? And it's, yes. All right? So thousands of years, Randy. Thank you for that. Okay, so are you ready to discover the 3 secrets to publishing best-selling Kindle books on Amazon? Secret number 1 is how to come up with a best-selling book idea in 3 minutes. Even if you've never done anything like this before, as most of you shared earlier, you've never published an ebook, right? So I'm going to show you how to come up with a best-selling book idea in like 3 minutes, literally. You'll see this. Secret number 2, 3 ways to get your ebooks created super fast. Yes, even if you hate writing. Listen, I'm going to share something with you. My wife hates when I tell people this, but again, we're going to be totally honest on this. I failed English 101 in high school, not once, but because I'm an overachiever, I failed it twice. Okay, so secret number 2 is 3 ways. I'm going to show you 3 ways to get your ebooks created super fast, even if you hate writing. So even if you hate writing, all right, does that sound good? Now, secret number 3, I'll show you how to publish and launch your Kindle ebooks quickly and easily so that you can start making sales. All right? So there we go. Yes, absolutely. All right? Roman, I'm not sure about that. We've had some issues over the last couple of days with replays and GoToWebinars. Like I said at the beginning, this system has been acting really flaky. So please stay to the end. We may not have a replay on this thing. And I'd hate for you to miss any of this. So secret number 1, how to come up with a best-selling book idea in 3 minutes, even if you've never done anything like this before. So for this part, you're going to use the Google Keyword Planner to find a best-selling book idea and come up with a killer title in minutes. Super easy stuff. Super easy stuff. All right? So let me show you how to do this. You'll go over to Google and you type in Google Keyword Planner. Don't do it now because I don't want you to miss any of this. All right? But you'll go to Google and you'll type in Google Keyword Planner, and it's going to be the first or second result that you see. Click on that, and this is a free service. You don't have to pay for this to use this. Click on that, and then you're going to see a control panel that looks like this. All right? And then you're going to select this drop-down menu that says search for new keywords using a phrase, website, or category. Can I have someone put that into the questions box? Google Keyword Planner. Google Keyword Planner. Put that in there, please. All right. Perfect. Thank you, Harry. I appreciate you. All right. And then you're going to select all locations because we're selling these ebooks globally. Beautiful thing about Amazon. You sell your ebooks worldwide. Then you're going to select all languages. Then you'll select Google and search partners, right? And then up here, you're going to put in an idea, right? Maybe a keyword or a phrase that you think will make a good ebook, or that you might think would make an interesting ebook. Or you could just put in a keyword or a phrase that is related to something that you're interested in or that you enjoy, right? Or that you wouldn't mind reading. So I'm into self-development, personal development. I could have put in personal development. At this time, I was studying lucid dreaming. So how many people have ever heard of lucid dreaming? Right? Really freaky stuff. But yes, as Randy, Ignatius, Jean, Shannon, a lot of you folks. Okay, awesome. So I was reading up on lucid dreaming, and I put in dreams interpretation here, and then I hit get ideas. Pretty simple so far, right? When you do that, this Google Keyword Planner tool is going to tell you how many people search for the phrase that you put in there within the last 30 days. So I'll say that again. When you hit get ideas or search, Google is going to show you how many people search for not only your phrase, the phrase that you put in, right? But it's also going to show you similar phrases that people searched for within the last 30 days. And it's going to show you how many searches were conducted. So, for example, this phrase, meaning of dreams, within the last 30 days, Google says 18,100 people searched for that phrase. Dream meaning, 2,900. Dreams meaning, 2,400. Dreams and their meanings, 590. All right? Pretty cool, right? Now, here's the important part. Here's what you want to really take note of and write it down. You know that you have a great idea when you combine search volume, when you add up the search volume, the global monthly search volume for all of these phrases is between 10,000 to 100,000. That's when you have an awesome idea. I've been doing this for 5 years, and every single time I come up with a phrase that's between 10,000 to 100,000 monthly searches, it's one that sells pretty well for me. All right? So do you have that? Does everyone have that? Give me a big yes if you have that, because again, I don't want to move on until everyone gets this. I hate webinars that just assume everyone is like an expert, right? That is, the presenter just assumes that you know this stuff, and they just go over it really quickly. Okay, awesome. Okay. All right, got it. Says Des, Jared. All right, I got it. Says Bridget. Bridget, I love that name. Man, I love that. Josie, that's another one. Wow. Says yes. Big yes says Wilson. Brilliant says Donald. Yep. What if it is more than 100,000? All right, great question, Harry. Good question. So here's the thing that I found out after doing this for years and years and years. If it's less than 10,000, then the marketplace is there's just not enough demand there. If it's less than 10,000, all right? Now think about this. You're going to put in the effort to have your ebook created, whether you're going to write it yourself or have someone write it for you. You're going to put in the effort to publish this ebook. Why not publish one that has a lot of interest? Right? So if it's less than 10,000, then the marketplace is just not big enough. It's like having a Ferrari on a dead-end street. You've got all this power but nowhere to go. All right? Does that make sense? Now, if it's more than 100,000, Haley just asked me that, what if it's more than 100,000? Then you just have way too much competition. And the universe is just too big. The marketing universe is too big. Right? So I found out this is, my friends over in the UK, they like to say the honey spot. This is the honey spot here. When I was over in London, I got that. Hey, the honey spot. Right? So 10,000 to 100,000. Okay, you got that? All right, perfect. All right. All right. Here we call it the sweet spot, says Harry. Harry, where are you from? All right, now let's continue. The other reason why I love this Google Keyword Planner is because Google will also help you come up with some really cool titles. Look at the phrases that people are searching for, and look at the amount of searches. Meaning of dreams, 18,000. All right? You could use this as the start of an awesome title for an ebook, especially if you have 18,000 people that are typing that in. Meaning of dreams. And then I would add on to it. How to decipher your dreams. Meaning of dreams. How to tell what last night's dream really meant. Do you see that? Do you get that? All right, perfect. All right. Ignatius, I just covered that, Ignatius. All right, he says, how did we come up with the 100,000? Okay. Perfect. All right, so now, use this area to also come up with some killer titles, all right? So one of the questions that I get sometimes is, why use the Google Keyword Planner to find titles? Well, the answer is, if you craft your titles correctly, all right, you increase the chances of them ranking high within both Amazon and Google search engines. Ranking both on Amazon and Google will dramatically boost your sales, right? Here's the thing. What I found is that the way someone searches on Amazon is the way they search on Google, and vice versa. The way they search on Google is the way they search on Amazon. It's Google juice, Randy, absolutely. Right? Roman says, I love it. Okay? So now, I want to show you two examples of exactly what I mean and why this is so powerful. Pay attention here. So Google loves Amazon, right? And one of the reasons why Google loves Amazon is because Google loves new content. And who puts out new content more than Amazon? Hardly anyone, right? Amazon is always putting out new content, new products, new books, new ebooks, right? So let's say you have an ebook that you have listed for sale on the Amazon marketplace titled How to Market and Sell Your Ebook. And then you have someone who goes over to Google and they're wondering how they can get more exposure, and they're wanting to learn how to market and sell more of their ebooks, but they're unaware that there's an ebook on Amazon that covers this. So they go over here and they go over to Google, they type in how to market and sell your ebook. Now pay attention to this because this is extremely powerful. This is why we want to use that Google Keyword Planner. They hit search, and what comes up? When you look at these results that are in this tannish looking box here, what are these? We know what these are, right? What are those? I think everyone pretty much understands what those are. Paid ad says Harry, ad says KJ, Anna says paid, Doug says ad, sponsor says Wendy. Absolutely, ad says Ignatius, right. Okay, so yes, Bridget, Yahoo is also a possibility. You can do this with Yahoo as well. Right, so now what happens is we're conditioned to bypass this, right? Because we don't want to be sold to. We know that these individuals paid, these companies paid to get this placement. So our eyes start to focus down on this area. And guess what? Which one of these listings really stand out to us? Which one? This first one or this second one? Put a 1 or a 2. 1 or 2. Which one really stands out? Everyone's saying 2. 2 because of the stars, Harry. Okay, Harry's jumping the gun here. That's the next question I was going to ask you. Harry, you're on the ball. I like that. Why does this listing stand out so much? There's probably about 5 or 6 different reasons why this one stands out the most. Okay? Let alone the first one. I'll give you the first one. The first one is a biggie. You have your ebook listed on the first page of Google. Not only the first page, but the first page, second position. Like that traditionally takes, number one, a lot of time to accomplish if you're doing it outside of the way that I'm teaching you. And number two, it can be very expensive. There's companies that pay thousands of dollars to get this done. You can accomplish this for free using this method. All right? So that's the first biggie. But what else? Harry already got one of them. He said stars. The stars make this listing stand out. What else? Louisa says people trust Amazon. Absolutely. Doug, the brand Amazon. What else? 47 reviews, says Annis. Absolutely. Andrew says the description is better. Yes. What else? What else do we have? There's a few more things there. What else do you folks see? Authority site. The price, says Randy. Absolutely. You see this price here? $4.99. What else? In stock, says Justin. Right. Okay. So we've got stars. We have 47 reviews. We have the price, right? $4.99. We know that it's in stock. So if we're doing research and we're unaware that there's an ebook out there, we now know that there's one out there and that it's a good one because it has 47 5-star reviews, right? And we know that it's in stock. And most importantly, it matches our search to a T. Look at that. We typed in how to market and sell your ebook. What comes up? How to market and sell your ebook, right? So as Doug says, it gives you a ton of info without even clicking onto the link. And as Dan says, Amazon has a ton of credibility, major credibility, right? So I just wanted you to see how powerful that is. Now let me show you another example of this. Let's say we have an ebook titled How to Earn Passive Income in a Lousy Economy. We're not, this is on Amazon, right? We have someone that's on Google. They're unaware that there's an ebook on Amazon that has this information. They type that into Google. Look at what happens, okay? Out of 1.5 million results, your ebook shows up not only on the first page, but the first page, first position, second position, and third position. Talk about market domination, right? That's why I love using that Google Keyword Planner to help come up with titles and to do market research. Okay, easy stuff, easy stuff. Isn't that pretty impressive? I love how this works here. Now, let's move on. Does everyone get that? I want to move on. I'm going to ask you if you got this before we move on to each section because I don't want to leave anyone behind. Okay. Oh, yeah, someone says this author must be making passive income. Yeah, very passive income in multiple ways. Okay. Linda says, awesome idea and so simple. Awesome. I appreciate that, Linda. Okay, so let's move on here. Now, secret number 1 was use the Google Keyword Planner to find hot topics and to create titles. Now, because the titles are so important, I came up with something that I call my title enhancers. And these are literally elements that after months of testing, I found that simply by adding them, right, they've dramatically increased my sales. Now, I'm going to put a little bit of time and effort into covering titles for one reason. Your titles are your first line of defense. Write that down before I go into the section here where I talk about the title enhancers. Your titles are your first line of defense. If someone can put that into the questions box for everyone to see, titles are your first line of defense. As a matter of fact, I'm going to dig a little bit deeper. Do you guys mind if I deviate just a little bit? Okay, let's do it. Here's why your titles are so important. Women and men purchase books and ebooks in two totally different ways. Two totally different ways. All right? Women buy more books and ebooks than men. So whenever I'm titling an ebook, I like to make sure that I'm paying attention and giving the most amount of focus on what's going to attract women first. Because sometimes women are buying for themselves, right? Sometimes they're buying for their significant, their husband, right? Their children, their co-workers, friends, right? Women are very giving. So one of the things that I've noticed also, right, and after doing years and years of study and research on this, is, and women back me up on this, tell me if I'm right or wrong, but when women are looking at ebooks or books on Amazon or any marketplace, the first thing that their eyes gravitate towards is the title. It's the first thing that they pay attention to because they don't want to waste their time, right? If the title resonates with them, then they go in, okay, and they'll look at the cover. And then, if the cover resonates with them, they'll go in and then they'll dig a little deeper and they'll read the description. Okay? Now, Justin, I like that. Men are a little bit different. Okay, and Rod says, so true. Yes, says Shannon. Absolutely so. The ladies, this is how they go after it, right? But now, men, we're not as sophisticated with it, and this gets us in trouble sometimes, right? First, men, we pay attention to what? We're so surface-based, right? What do we pay attention to? Anna's got it. You got it right on head. The cover. We look at the cover first, and that gets us in a lot of trouble sometimes. We make poor relationship choices because of that. All right. But we pay attention to the cover first, and then after that we might go in and look at the title, and then after that we go in and look at the description, and then the reviews and everything else. So does that make sense? That's why you want to put a lot of effort into the title, right? So your title is your first line of defense. Your cover is your second line of defense. Write that down because I don't have a slide for that. I just want to deviate and share this with you. I love this audience. I love the energy. So I'm going to give you a lot of extra stuff. Is that okay? All right. And then I said your title, first line of defense. Your cover is the second line of defense. And then your description is your third line of defense. All right. So let's move on there. Everyone got that? Now, going into the title enhancers, these are elements that are so amazing. Like, I was so totally blown away by this. When I first started implementing title enhancers, I actually was going away on a cruise. We were going to be away for about 7 days, and I had vowed to leave my computer in the cabin for most of the time because, as you know, the internet, right? To use the internet on a cruise is insane. It can cost you just a ton of money. So I had implemented some of these title enhancers like 2 or 3 days before we had left. And normally I check my sales like 5 or 6 times a day. It's a habit. It becomes a very bad habit, right? You get to log into your account and you're like, yes, and I made another sale. Yes, I made another sale. Actually, I got so bad, and I was to the point one time where I would actually wake up in the middle of the night to freaking go in and log into my Amazon account to check my sales. Because it was just, I'm blown away by the fact that while I'm sleeping, my ebooks are making me money. There's someone on the other side of a planet that's up and that's buying my ebook. Like, it just totally blows me away to be able to make money while you're sleeping. This is the ultimate passive income stream. So I had put these title enhancers in place right before we went on a cruise, and I actually didn't check my sales for that entire week. But when I first got back to a computer and I was able to check my sales, I logged in and I see where for some of these ebooks that I have started to implement these title enhancers that I'm going to share with you in just a moment, my sales had actually doubled and tripled and quadrupled in some cases. So are you guys ready to see these title enhancers? All right, and how to actually use them? Give me a big yes in here. Let's go. All right. Randy says, yes, go, go, go. Yes, yes, oh yeah. Yes, 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 says Scott. Hell yes, says Rod. Yes. With the extra S, it says Jared. Do it, says Eric Zimmerman. So good, says Des. Yep, yes, 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 ready, says Felicia Miller. I like that name too. Bring it on, says Donald. Let's do it. All right, so title enhancers that double and triple sales. Now, I want you to understand the psychology behind these things. Title enhancers are answer the questions that your ebook buyers are asking themselves in their head. Now, to give you an example, take a look at this. This is a title enhancer, how to. All right? Let's say you have two ebooks. You have an ebook titled How to Stain Your Deck Like a Professional. And then you have another one titled Learn to Stain Your Deck. How to stain your deck like a professional and learn to stain your deck. I want you to see this. I'm going to give you a bit of a visual illustration here so that you can see why title enhancers work so well and why they answer the questions that your ebook buyers are asking themselves in their head, even when they don't even realize it. It works on a subconscious level. So let's say you have a guy by the name of Mikey, and Mikey has been promising his wife, right, for like the last 6 months that he's going to go out and stain the deck. Finally, it's a nice day outside. It's about 75, 80 degrees, perfect weather for deck staining. And Mikey's wife comes home and she says, Mikey, listen, if you don't stain this deck today, you're going to be sleeping on a couch for the next 6 months. Now, at this time, Mikey's sweating. He's never stained a deck before. But he does know that there's probably some information on how to do it on Amazon. So he picks up his Amazon Kindle or his mobile device with the Amazon app on it, and he types in deck staining or how to stain a deck. And he's sweating because he doesn't want to sleep on the couch for the next 6 months. So he's asking himself, he's saying, how am I going to stain this deck? How am I going to stain this deck? How am I going to get this deck stained? He comes across 2 titles on Amazon. The first one, How to Stain Your Deck Like a Professional, and then the second one, Learn to Stain Your Deck. Which one do you think resonates with Mikey the most? How to Stain Your Deck Like a Professional, number 1, or number 2, Learn to Stain Your Deck? Which one here? Number 1, poor Mikey, says Ignatius. How to, says Harry. All right, Shannon, Anne Marie, number 1, number 1. Seth says number 1, Roman, number 1, Orlando. Absolutely. So do you see how slick that is? Like slick in a good marketing way where it really works. It's just smart because you're giving your prospect exactly what he wants. You're giving them exactly what they want. He wants to stain it now, right? Not learn how to. He wants to, exactly, Harry. There you go. Not learn how to. Right. So right. So as Ignatius said, you're getting into their minds. Now, let me give you a few more examples of these title enhancers. Quickest way to, right? So 21 quickest ways to make money online versus something like the Guide to Making Money on the Web. All right? I like that title here, Eric. Eric says, How to Stain Your Deck So Your Wife Doesn't Make You Sleep on the Couch for the Next 6 months. All right? Here's another title enhancer. Fastest way to. The fastest way to get your nursing degree versus Health Quad's nursing guide. Kind of boring, right? But this is how people title their books. Like they don't really put much effort into the title, and they don't realize that their title is one of the biggest selling points here. That's why you guys have, ladies and gentlemen, you have the advantage over almost everyone that's publishing right now because they don't know this information. Here's another title enhancer. Easy ways to. Quick and easy ways to lose weight versus the slow and hard way to lose weight. Right? Tips to. We always want tips to. The world's best kept tips to losing weight. Think about that. How to. Quickest way to. Fastest way to. Easy ways to. Tips to. And in this course, I give you dozens and dozens of title enhancers that I've tested. I give you the best ones that you can use so that you really don't have to waste time learning how to bring in sales quickly. All right, so do you see how these things work now? Before we move on, just let me know that you totally get this. Do you get and see how the title enhancers work? Secrets to it, Eric. Yeah. Yes, totally. Yes, it does. All right. Yes, says Justin. Randy says totally. Scott, yes. Shannon, yes. Des, yes. Zendua, yes. I see it, says Bridget. I got your tips to enhance title, says Harry. Clever. Wordplay. I can see how these make a difference, says Anne-Marie. Randolph says why, meaning yes. All right, so let's move on here. Now, here's another thing. Now, taking your title enhancers, and then also taking, we're back at this Google Keyword Planner tool that I shared with you just a few minutes ago, right? Another awesome way to come up with some titles and to do market research is to take your title enhancers and then plug them into this phrase area. So the phrase that you're considering publishing an ebook around, let's say it's gardening, right? And then you take one of these title enhancers and you mash them together. You create a mashup, how to garden, right? And then you hit search. Now, Google, the Google Keyword Planner tool is going to tell us for our main phrase, how to garden, okay? There were 45.5 million. I just got another, excuse me for the pause there. I just got another text from a student of mine that is crushing it using this system. Crushing it. That's what I love about this community, because I get Skype messages, I get Facebook messages, I get email messages, and I get texts from my students all the time. We constantly keep in contact with one another. Right? So for me to hear about the progress of one of my students right now as I'm teaching you folks, this is just uncanny. It's a beautiful thing. This person says, Ty, I just sold 22 books today. All right, 22 ebooks. I love that. All right? All right, so now, sorry about the deviating from this, but all right, so Google tells us for a phrase that we entered, right, our mashup, there were 45.5 million global searches conducted within the last 30 days. 45.5 million. Now, is that within our desired search criteria, yes or no? Is that within our desired search criteria, yes or no? Right, Matt says shiny things, yeah. No. Wow, no, says Ignatius. Too many, says Eric. No, sir, drill down, says Randy. Heck no, says Doug. Awesome, perfect. All right. Now, luckily for us, because this is too big of a search word, right? It's too broad. Google also tells us that there's similar phrases that people are searching for. Here's some of the other phrases. Number one, how to make a garden. Received 201,000 global monthly searches. How to design a garden. Received 550,000. How to build a raised garden bed. Received 12,100 monthly searches within the last 30 days. How to plant a garden. Received 301,000 monthly searches within the last 30 days. Okay? Which one of these would make the best topic or phrase to use as a starting point for our ebook? Number one, number two, number three, or number four? All right? And while you guys are putting in your answer, Maura says, do you use photographs in your ebooks? If you find a photo you use online. All right, so I'll answer that question at the end, Maura, great question. But the short answer is yes. If you want to, if it fits, if it's appropriate, yes, you do use photos. You can use photos. All right, so let's see. We have Gene Luke says number one. Mike says number three. What else? Anna Marie says number one. Maura says three. Zindu says number two. June says number three. How to build a raised garden bed, says Wilson. Two or all of them, says Orlando. Build, says Scott. Louis says three. Mohammed says three. Eric, we're looking at global. Why are we looking at global? Because our ebooks are going to sell worldwide, right? Okay. Global. All right. Good question, Eric. And as Edward says, Ed Woofter says, 3 is the only one that fits into our range. Absolutely. 3 is the only one. And 3 is perfect for several reasons, right? Number one, as Ed just pointed out, it fits within our range. Okay, that's the first reason why it's just awesome. Between that number, 10,000 to 100,000, right? That's where we want to stay. The other thing, as Eric Zimmerman just pointed out, is it's more specific and not as general. Look at this. How to build a raised garden bed. Not just how to build a garden bed, but how to build a raised garden bed. It's a drill down topic. Right. Thank you, Eric. Right? The third reason why this is just perfect is, right, it has our title enhancer in it. How to. Okay, and now that I look at this more and more, I actually should have kept this one to myself. Don't tell my wife, all right? Don't tell her I gave away such a gem here, all right, live on the webinar. The fourth reason is it's an awesome title. Look at this. How to build a raised garden bed. Very specific. Here we don't care about competition because the competition that you see here is for something else. This is for people that are using AdWords and advertising on AdWords. We're just using this tool in another way that people traditionally don't use it. All right? So how to build a raised garden bed. Look at that. Do you think if you had an ebook titled How to Build a Raised Garden Bed and it was 12,100 people that searched for that information monthly, do you think it would be hard or easy to sell those people, at least some of them, a couple of copies of your ebooks? Hard or easy to sell 12,100 people? Easier, much easier, right? Much easier. Absolutely. Okay, now, here's the other thing. When you're looking, well, Eric, great question. Not everyone learns the same way, right? Some people are visual learners, some people are audio learners, some people like to read. Myself, I love to read. I have hundreds of books. And I love to read physical books, right? I don't have the patience to watch a video. Now I'm getting more and more into audios, but that's only because I can listen to them in the car, right? So there's a ton of people that love to read, to learn. Now, you can also add on to this, how to build a raised garden bed in a weekend, right? Give me some ideas. How would you add on to this? How to build a raised garden bed that your neighbors will envy. Oh, how to build a raised garden bed in the city. Good one. All right? How to build a raised garden bed in 2 hours, says Anna. How to build a raised garden bed like a professional, says Eric. How to build a raised garden bed for your children, says Shanna. That your wife will love, says Donald. With little experience, says Randy. For under $100, says Herb. You folks got it. Better than your local landscape experts. I like that, Eric. That's good. Very good. All right? Awesome, awesome, awesome. To grow organic, says Bridget. Right? Linda, no. Linda asked a great question. She says, why would you add to the title? Wouldn't that make it lower than 10,000? No, this is once you have decided that you want to use this title, you can go in and add on to it. You can either leave it as it is or you can add on to it if you want to. All right? How to build a raised garden bed on a budget, says Justin. All right? Awesome. Yes, Annis, yes. All right, so now, does everyone see how this works? Again, I want to make sure that everyone gets this before I move on to the next section. Is this good stuff so far? Let me know. Good stuff? All right. Do you guys want to keep going or not? Very good. Pretty fun. It is fun. Isn't this fun? All right. Absolutely. I love doing this stuff. All right. I love doing this stuff. All right. Perfect. All right. So let's keep going. Let's rock and roll. So secret number 3. Remember I told you there's 3 secrets to this. Secret number 3 is there are 3 ways to get your ebooks created super fast. Even if you hate writing, or even if you're like me and you failed English 101 in high school twice. In my preferred order, there are 3 very simple ways to get content to sell, and I've used all 3 of these, and all are very easy to do. Even if you're a newbie to all of this, number 1 is to get someone else to write for you. This is an option that I use a lot, and I paid as little as $100 to $125 to have people write content for me. It's a total win-win because they get paid for doing something that they love, and then you own 100% of the rights to it, and you can resell it as long and as often as you want. Like with these ebooks, you can even put your name on them or use a pen name. This program that I'm going to share with you gives you the only 3 sites that you should use when looking to have someone write your content. Plus, I give you the exact wording to use when looking for someone. Right? Now, Easy stuff. The second way to get your ebook created super fast is to speak it. Then you can have it transcribed. There's a ton of speech recognition programs that are out there, like Dragon Naturally Speaking, and then there's some that are actually free on PCs. Google actually released a free one. If you go to Google and you type in something like free speech recognition, I think it might come up. If you have a Mac, you can use Siri, right? Okay. The third option is you can actually write it yourself. Okay? Write it yourself. Not my favorite, but if you're a writer, this would be the perfect option for you. All right? If you're a writer, this would be the perfect option for you. My wife can crank out an ebook in like 2 days. 2 days. I have a friend of mine, Vondre, who's in South Carolina. He can crank out an ebook in about 2 or 3 days. These guys love writing, right? So it doesn't matter if you're a writer or if you're not. It doesn't matter if you want to publish fact or fiction. It doesn't matter. How to or stories, right? You can do this, right? So let's go. How about we do something? I want to deviate a little bit. How about we do this? Do you folks want to see how I actually Eric says what sells better, fact or fiction? Both. I publish both equally. All right. How about we go into one of my freelance accounts? Do you want to see how I actually hire people to write and some of the wording that I use? Right. It's going to add a couple of minutes to this presentation, but if you guys, ladies and gentlemen, if you're okay with that, then I'm more than okay to do it. Like I said, I want to give you as much info as possible. All right. Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's rock and roll. All right. So let me just get out of this for a second and then go over to Google. All right. So this is one of the sites that I use. Let me increase the font size here a bit. Upwork. Can you see that? This is one of the sites that I use. Oh, the site is down for maintenance. Okay, let me go to just my left. Let me refresh it here. Let me try to start all over here. Upwork. If not, I use another site too. As I said, I've tested dozens of these sites, and there's only a handful of them that I truly trust. And I give you those in this program. Here's another one that I use, Guru. All right. Let me line in it. Guru. So it's loading up pretty slowly here. All right, thank you. No, not Fiverr, Matt. Why not Fiverr? Matt, I'm glad you said that. All right, I'm going to get on my soapbox for a second. Let me climb up here. This is a business that will work for you for years and years and years and years to come. All right? Years and years and years to come. I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars with this. I've made close to $1 million doing this. Okay? When you get your business up to the point where you're making 1,000, 2,000, 5,000, 10,000, or like my student Darren DeVry who's making 22,000, or like my student Brian who's making 5,000, or like myself who's making tens of thousands of dollars, would you ever do anything to put your business at risk and jeopardize that recurring monthly income, especially those high dollar amounts? Would you? Never. No way, says Ignatius. So I say that to say that you want to build this business on the rock, not on the sand. Okay? On the rock, not on the sand. And you only want to publish high quality information. Give your users high quality, great information, okay? And in exchange, they will make you rich. They'll give you a ton of money. Okay? Very simple. Quality is important, as Des just said. Right? So give them quality stuff, and it's easy to do that. So now, I just wanted to share that with you because I don't want anyone thinking that you can go over to Fiverr to hire someone to get an ebook done for you. So let's go. Doug, you're absolutely right. Now, here, take a look at this. 25-page day trading report. Can you see this? Can you folks see this? Is it too small? Let me know. You can see it? Yes. All right, perfect. All right. 25-page day trading report, 25-page personal development report, 25-page mystery thriller story needed, 25-page romance story needed. So I publish everything, fact and fiction. Do you want me to open some of these up so you can see the bids that are coming in? Which one should I open up? Which one should I open up? Any. Okay, says Harry. Let's go. Let me open this one up, the romance story. All right. So now what you're going to see here is you see the bids that are coming in, right? Look at this. We've got one individual says, I'll do it for $100. Another one says, I'll do it for $150. Another one says $625. Another one says $50, $50, $80, $350, $250. You're going to see some ridiculously low prices. You're also going to see some ridiculously high prices. I ignore those. And then I stick to the ones that are within my budget, like $100 right here, right? Do you see that? Okay. Let me show you. Matt, yes, quick reads. Here's another one. Let's go into this mystery thriller story to see what type of bids I'm getting. $25, 250, 165, 25, 625, $100, $80. Let's go into this other one. What else? Personal development report, right? I love personal development information. I'm into Les Brown, Zig Ziglar, Tony Robbins, all of those guys. Eric Thomas. Here's another person who says they'll do it for $250, $210, $625, $100, $200, $100, right? Let's go into something, let's see, what else? 25-page day trading report. Got some quotes at 25, 230, 250, $100, 250, okay? Randy, absolutely, I got to meet Les Brown, okay? Some of them don't have any ratings, some of them do have ratings. I only hire people that have ratings and that are within my budget, all right? When do you pay them, says Justin. Justin, that's a beautiful question. I'm glad you answered that. You guys are coming up with some awesome questions. Some of the stuff that, there's so much that I want to share with you, but I obviously can't remember everything, right? And just a 90-minute webinar. But here's the thing. With the freelancing sites that I give you in this course, okay, you put the money in escrow, your money is safe, and you only release that money, you only pay them once they've handed you the ebook and once you are satisfied with it. If you're not satisfied with it, you can ask them to go in and make changes and then revise. I hardly ever have to do that because the writers that I hire, I use the rating system. It's just like buying something on Amazon, right? You wouldn't buy something that has 1 star. You go back and you look at the writers who have 4 and 5 stars, right? Those are the folks that you hire. Doug, I'm tired. I've been up since 5 a.m. Went on a camping trip. Okay? So, there you go. Now, the other thing is, you go in and you want to see, okay, so that's it, right? Is that good? Do you guys have any other questions on this stuff? All right, now let's get back to the presentation here because I have some awesome stuff that what do you ask the writer? All right, so here, let's look at that really quickly. All right? Do you want to take another 2 minutes or so to look at how I phrase these things? All right, let's do it. Let's look at the posting. So we'll go in the posting area here. All right. And Brian says, what's the max I'll pay? I don't pay any more than $150, right? So details here. I'm looking, here's how I phrase these things, right? I'm looking to hire someone that's in the U.S., the U.K., Australia, Canada, South Africa, Jamaica, or Puerto Rico to write a 25-page report on the subject of day trading. Why do I pick these countries? Because they're all English-speaking. That's what you want. I wouldn't hire someone in the Philippines. Nothing against the Philippines, but the English is not 100%. And we're publishing quality, right? And then I say I need this done ASAP. So please state how quickly you can get it done. Let me make this a little bit bigger for you folks. I'm looking for content similar to what you would find in a book like this one. And then I'll give them a link sometimes to something that I'd like them to model. That's the key word, model. Okay? All right? I'm only looking for unique content, meaning nothing that you turn in should be plagiarized. Now, here's a note. I've never had someone turn in plagiarized material before, ever. And I've hired dozens of writers, or stolen from other sources, especially the book that we included above. I just put that in there, all right? This link is only for your reference and to give you an idea of what we're looking for. We will check. This report needs to be about 25 pages of high-quality, entertaining content. No fluff, no filler. When bidding, so that I know you actually took the time to read this post and are not blindly bidding, please mention the words Jimmy Buffett, one of my favorite recording artists. Okay? The finished project must be written. Now, here's where I tell them exactly what I want. The finished project must be written in Times New Roman, 10-point font, no more than half-inch margins all the way around, no double spacing. At the very beginning, the story must include 1 or 2 paragraphs, a 1 or 2 paragraph summary of what it is about. Why are we asking them for this? To include a 1 or 2 paragraph summary of what the story is about, as well as 12 to 15 bullet points of what is covered. Okay? Yeah, absolutely, Herb. All right? That's your description. To put it on Amazon here, absolutely. Right? The finished report must be a Word document. We will own all the rights to the completed work once you're fully paid. Okay? We actually need, and then this is the kicker right here, right? Look at this, how I structure this. We actually need several of these types of reports, including one on productivity or whatever else it is that you may need. So if the quality of your work is great and your prices and turnaround time are fair, we will hire you for all 10 or so projects. Why do I put that in there? Right? Yes, Ann, I give it to you. All right? Because once you hire a great writer, let's go back. I'm going to talk and go back. So they do a good job, right, Doug? Absolutely. Incentive, Doug, right. To inspire quick turnaround, says Matt. Absolutely. And more importantly is, these folks, a freelancer wants nothing more than to work with the same person over and over. They want consistent work if they can get it, right? And you and I and my other students, by the same token, we like to work with the same person over and over again. So if we get someone who is a master at research and just writes awesome content, wouldn't you want to work with that person over and over again so that they can write your other ebooks? So, Doug Joyce says, wow, there's a couple of Dougs. We've got Doug Slovak, Doug Dillard, and Doug Joyce. How many Dougs are there? That's awesome. So does that make sense? All right. So are you folks getting this? Good stuff? Listen, I want to use your feedback on my Facebook page. So tell me what you think of this so far. So far the information, and we're not done yet. Give me a quick testimonial right there and put your name by it. And if you have a website, put your website next to it too. I'll give you some free exposure. But write up a quick testimonial that I can use here. All right? Let me know what you think of this content. Now, are you ready to move on also? All right, let's do it. Let's move on. Step 3. How to publish and launch your Kindle ebooks quickly and easily to start making sales. This part literally takes about 5 to 10 minutes to both create your Kindle publisher's account as well as add ebooks to it. Amazon has made it easy. Okay? In the program, I show you how to go in and do this. But once your book is published on Amazon and ready to make you money, this is what it'll look like. You see these ebooks that are here? All right? Very easy to do. Very easy to do here. Okay? Then, once you're published, you crank up the sales by, right, adding more. You can go in and add more titles. I actually had that here for some reason. There you go. You repeat the process and you publish more ebooks, including sequels. You tweak some of the elements of your existing books, right? So you can change up the titles, the price points, right? Your descriptions, your covers. So if needed, you can always go back and change these elements after you launch your book, your ebook, all right? Because these are digital. So you can always go in and change this stuff up if you need to and increase your sales even more, right? Right. Oh, Scott, that was an awesome testimonial. Scott says, I've seen thousands of webinars, and this is probably the most valuable free info I've seen. Thank you, Scott. Of all of the webinars I've attended, this was honestly a lot of fun, entertaining, and informative, says Matt. Keep the testimonials coming. Oh, price range, what's good? Wolfgang, I'm going to cover that at the end. Make sure that you remind me, because I want to keep going. We've got a ton of stuff to cover. Also, the length of the books. All right? Remind me to talk about that, price point and length at the end as well. Right? So now, let's review. Here's what we've covered so far. Secret number one, how to come up with a best-selling book idea in 3 minutes. You saw that, right? Very easy how to do that using the Google Keyword Planner, and how you can do this even if you've never done anything like this before. Secret number two, 3 ways to get your ebooks created super fast. I showed that to you. You can either write it yourself, you can outsource it, or you can use the transcription option, right? Secret number 3, how to publish and launch your Kindle ebooks quickly and easily, right, to start making sales. Is anyone starting to feel excited about all of this? Like getting really excited about this? Yes, says Howard. Anna says yes, love it. Already Vera says yes, says Larry. Scott, yes, yes, man, says Eric, yes. I am, says Seth. Woohoo, says Shannon. I like that. Definitely, says Jug. Yes, I'm Doug. Super excited. Was typing the testimonial, says Matt. Yes. How much does Amazon take of a sale price, Doug? Good question. That's from Doug number 3, Doug Joyce. Well, here's the thing. Amazon takes 30%. They give you a whopping 70%. They give you 70%. So now, anyone familiar with traditional affiliate marketing? Where with traditional affiliate marketing like ClickBank or the Warrior Plus area or JV, Zoo, typically, right, you only get 50%. 50% maybe, yes, says Doug. All right? And for Shannon, thank you. You're absolutely right. Traditional bookstores, traditional authors only get about 10 to 15%. With this, you don't have to worry about traffic generation. You don't have to worry about marketing, because Amazon does all of that, right? They do all of that. Yes, Eric, and it adds up quickly to make up for hundreds and thousands and tens of thousands. Absolutely. Yes, Eric, it's all about volume. You can, Doug. Yes, you can. All right, now, I get excited because not only am I seeing a ton of success with this, but so are my students, right? Here are my deposits for just 1 month, 30,000. Okay. Here's one of my students, Brian. Again, he's a professor up at Penn State in Pennsylvania. $5,000 a month using my system. He sent me this text here at 9 o'clock in the morning, 9:37. Right? His first $5,000 a month. And he's shooting for $10,000 per month now. Here's another one of my students that sent me a testimonial, Tracy Vorster. She's out in Seattle, and she says, Ty, I sold 5 copies of my book in her first 3 days of starting. 5 copies in her first 3 days. All right? I get texts and Skypes and Facebook messages from my students all the time. I actually got one earlier, about 15 minutes ago, while I was presenting this webinar, from a student who said he sold 22 books just today. Right? Here's another one from one of my students who's 66 years old. He's in Perth, Australia. His name is Dan DeVry. He says, Ty, over the last year, I've continued to follow the Kindle cash flow system, and I'm now doing $20,000 per month in sales. Okay, pretty cool, right? Yes, Doug, I sell all over the place. 66. All right. So how many ebooks do you need? Look at this. Look at on average, right? Using the system that I've created, where we show you how to do the research, we show you how to come up with the titles, the descriptions, the price points, and outsource it all. On average, I found that each ebook will generate about $500 a month in sales per ebook. Okay? About $500 a month in sales per ebook. Now imagine having 5, 10, or 20 ebooks all bringing in monthly income. Averaging out about $500, right? Wouldn't that be pretty cool? This is a system where you literally do the work once and your books sell for months and years to come. I have ebooks that I published 5 years ago that are still making me money on a regular basis, day in, day out, to this day. You publish it to Amazon once and it sells forever. This is the ultimate residual income model that pays you over and over and over again. So how much money do you need? We've had a lot of fun over the last couple of minutes, and we've been very transparent with each other. I want to ask you a question. Yes, Andrew, yes, I talk about that. Andrew says, do you ever convert to audio books? Yes, I cover that in the course too. I can't cover everything on a webinar, but yes, we convert it to audio, and we also convert them into physical books too once we get a good seller. Okay? And I cover how to do that in this program as well. So how much money do you need to make a difference? Put it into the questions box. I won't call out your name, but I'm always interested in seeing. Is it an extra $500 a month, $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month? Let me know. So some people are saying $7,455. Some people are saying $2,000, $5,000. Some are saying $500, $1,000. I can use an extra $3,000 per month. Hell, $500 would be nice. And that's where I was at when I first started. I was just doing this to cover some bills. $1,000, $10,000, just enough to pay off the IRS. Yeah, you want to get that done. $2,000 would be awesome. Anything would help, absolutely. That's a gratitude attitude. I want to help my parents. That's awesome. The more the merrier. 2,500, 250, 7,500 consistently. Okay, awesome. All right, so we're pretty much all over the place, and that's fine. That's awesome. I just wanted to see, because all of those numbers are very possible with this system. I have students that are doing much more than all of those numbers. So all of those numbers are very possible. I'm doing much more than all of those numbers. How could something like this change your life? And what would you do with the extra income? Someone said pay off the IRS. Someone said help their parents. What would you do with income like this? Would you put it towards your kid's future? Use it to pay off your mortgage, buy a house, buy your dream car, pay off bills, get out of debt, travel the globe, all right? My family and I, we just got back from, well, we've been all over the place. A few months ago, we just got back from Thailand, right? We went to Thailand for 3 weeks. We flew to China, and then from China to Bangkok, and then from Bangkok to Chiang Mai, and then from Chiang Mai to Phuket. Stayed out there for 3 weeks, and it was awesome. My wife and I just got back from St. Martin a couple of weeks ago, and then just this past weekend, we got back from Las Vegas, went out there for the weekend, all right? Who pays for that? Amazon, right? It's awesome. It's just awesome. All of it is from ebooks, Matt. Yes, that's it, all right? So some people say they would buy a house in the country. That's awesome. I like that. We're actually buying a second home right now as we speak. All right? Help family, kids get out of debt. All right? Start a nonprofit organization to help the homeless and jobless. I love that. That's good. All of the above. All right? Okay. Now, let me ask you a question here. For the past hour, would you agree that it's been time well spent? Obviously, we can't cover everything you need in the 90-minute presentation, as I said earlier, but I've created a special offer so that you can get everything that you need. And if you act fast, I'm actually going to give you a very special deal on this thing. I've slashed the price by, it's now a third as to what it used to be, all right? What it normally is. I shouldn't even say what it used to be, but what I normally sell it for. Because I don't do these presentations too often, I said, I'm going to do one this time for a special audience, and I'm going to make it available at a third of the price that it normally is. Now, next week, it's going to be back to the regular price. couple of days from now, hell, it'll probably be back at the regular price. I'm actually not sure what I was actually thinking by making it a third of the price. But is it okay if I help you and share to help you take things to the next level? All right? You're great at this, says Andrew. Thank you. I appreciate that. You've covered a bunch of great information, says Ann. All right? So one of the things that I realized is that old habits die hard. Old habits die hard. We watch a webinar, we go to a seminar, we watch a Tony Robbins video, we get jazzed up, excited, and then what happens after that? We fall back into our regular routine, right? Isn't that true, Bridget? Bridget says very true. We fall back into our regular routine. Life takes place, right? I don't want that to happen to you. Andrew says another webinar comes along. Bad, Andrew. That's not good. Remember I told you that when I started to see success, right, I got rid of all of the emails. Oh, I love it, Shannon. We did UPW twice. We did my wife did the firewalk 3 times. All right? Absolutely. All right, so what I did was, because I don't want you to fall back into your regular routine, is I created a program that will allow you to take everything that I've talked about and more, everything else that I haven't been able to cover for the last 90 minutes, and allow you to really look over my shoulder to see how I do all of this. Now, someone was asking me before if this was my $20,000 program. I have a $20,000 program where my clients pay me $20K to set this system up for them. And in addition to that $20,000, they also pay me 10% of their sales, of their royalties, up to $100,000. So in essence, they pay $120,000 for this. This is not that program. This is a home study program. It's a program where you get access instantly online within the next couple of minutes. You get to actually see how I do all of this stuff, just as we did on this webinar, and you get to see it in detail. You get to look over my shoulder and see what I'm doing as I'm doing it, and you'll understand why I'm doing it, and you'll see the results that I get as I do it, so that you can copy and follow along with me. Right? You follow along as I take these steps. What you'll get with this program is you'll get the entire setup module, which is a $997 value. This covers setting up your account, how to get started quickly, and what not to do so that you don't do anything that will jeopardize your account and get you banned. This also covers the Kindling for Profits module. You'll get this module, which is a $1,497 value. And in this module, I cover how to find the right niche and readers, niches that sell, and readers that buy. You'll also get the Buyer Magnet module, which is a $2,997 value. And in this module, I cover the critical must-have elements that will make your ebook sell. We talk about covers and pricing and descriptions and reviews and how to maximize all of that stuff. You'll also get the KDP Cast Extraction module, which is a $3,500 value. And in this module, I cover the secret ways to use the Kindle Direct Publishing platform to make more money than most people ever will, simply because they don't know what you know. The total value of everything here is $8,991, right? Very real value here. I've got some awesome fast action bonuses. I honestly don't want to work with everyone. I only want to work with 10 people. This is not like your traditional webinar, as you can probably tell, where I've given you a ton of information. We've been very candid with each other. I've been so blessed in my life that I feel that I have to give you the best of the best without holding anything back. I've done that on this webinar. I do that even more so in this program. But I only want to work with very serious people, so I only will accept 10 people into this thing. All right? These are going to be the fast action bonuses for the first 10 people, all right? In the next couple of weeks, I'm going to show you. Remember I talked about how my 13-year-old is making $5,000. She's 15 now, but makes $5,000 a month publishing mystery thriller novels. That's the niche, mystery thriller novels that she's in, all right? We're going to hold a special bonus class. It's not going to be a webinar. It's going to be a private class for the 10 folks that get in tonight. We're going to show you exactly how she's doing this. It's a one-time only exclusive bonus class for those that are getting in, right? And we'll show you how she comes up with ideas. This says, for those that have already ordered, that's not true. It's for those that get in today, all right? And you'll learn how she comes up with ideas. And it's extremely simple, right? I think you'll really love her method. You'll see how she does her research. You won't believe this. You'll also get what's known as the fishing method that she uses to hook buyers in. She sold over $50,000 worth of ebooks using this method from the time she was 13 up until now, okay? You'll also get the letter method that she uses to make people buy every single title in her ebook series. So that's the first fast action bonus that you're going to get if you're one of the first 10, one of 10. The next fast action bonus that you're going to get is what I call the Google Kindle Crunch. And this is getting, now mind you, let me go back to this one. This program here has a $5,000 value. She sold over $50,000 worth of ebooks, so it's really valued at about $50,000, right? The next bonus is the Google Kindle Crunch. And this covers getting your ebooks listed in Google, and it will show you how to increase your sales big time. This is where 30% of my sales come from. So if I do $30,000 in a month, you can best believe that 10% of that, 30% of that, $10,000 comes from using this method, being able to get my ebooks listed in Google. This module is a $1,997 value. So again, if you're one of the first 10, you'll also get that fast action bonus. All right. The next fast action bonus that you'll also get is what I call the money multiplicity bonus. And this is how to publish the same content that you'll be publishing on Amazon and take it and also publish it to the Barnes & Noble's Nook Press platform and Apple's iBookstore platform so that you triple your ebooks exposure. So now not only are you selling your ebooks on Apple and on Nook, but you're also selling them on Amazon. So you're selling them on all three platforms. This is a $997 value, and if you're one of the first 10, you're also going to get this bonus as well. Now, here's a very special fast action bonus here. This is one that I don't give away too often because it actually cost me real money. But you're also going to get your own virtual assistant for 40 hours. This is an individual. He or she can help you research topics, come up with title ideas, write out your descriptions, and communicate with your writer or anything else that you can think of, including working on some of your other businesses, right? You'll also get access to our private Facebook group where you can ask questions, get updates, share ideas, brainstorm, and get help. We have a very tight-knit group here where we have people that are literally starting from scratch just as you are. We have people that are making a couple of $100 a month. We have people that are making thousands of dollars a month. We have people that are making tens of thousands of dollars a month. All right? Now, when I started this, I had two choices. The first was to go cheap, okay, as possible and try to sell as many as possible. I don't want to do that. I only want to work with the most serious of the serious people. So that's why I'm only taking 10 people. So it wouldn't incentivize me to really stack the value on for you if I went cheap. But for this event only, I went really inexpensive. Like I said, it's about a third of what I normally sell this for. The second option is this is one that requires a little higher investment, but in exchange, I'm able to devote more resources to guarantee your success, okay? Now, if you got to the point where, like my student there in Dubai, you're making $20,000 a month, would it make sense to pay $5,000 for something like this? Just give me a big yes. If you're making $20,000 a month, would it make sense to pay $5,000 for something like this? That's not what you're going to pay, but I just want to see where your mind is at, okay? Yes, 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 absolutely. Then every sale after that month is pure profit, right? Josie says yes. Anna says yes. Jennifer says yes. Yes, says Justin. Heck yes, says Jink. Anne-Marie says yes. True, says Ignatius. Yes, says Randy. Corey says yes. I like that name too, Corey. Right? Now, remember, I'm going to give you the URL, but only the first 10 people will get all the fast action bonuses. So type this URL in fast to be one of them. Okay? With everything that you get, coupled with the earnings potential, you can see why this program is a good deal at $5,000. Now, that's not what you're going to pay. Normally, I sell it for $2,997 for the general public, but because you're at this event, I'm slashing that price, and you're getting it for a third of that. You can get started now for just $997 and be one of the first 10 Fast Action members. Now, you can pay with a Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discover card at 30dayprofits.com. Now, if you don't have any money, here's the cool thing. You can also use PayPal credit and get started if you don't have any money. And you make no payments or interest for 6 months, right? So you can learn how to pay with your credit card, or use the PayPal credit option by going to 30dayprofits.com. I'm actually going to put that into the questions box so that you can click onto that link. I'm also going to answer all of the questions, and I'm going to share with you how many pages your ebook should be, as well as the best price points. We'll cover both of those in just a few moments. But let me put that URL into the questions box. And here's what I want you to do. Because I only could take 10 people, please put I'm in into the questions box so I know what order you came in. All right, so I'll know if you're number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or 10. So put I'm in into the questions box once you have your order in. All right, so we've got, wow, the I'm ins are flying in actually. I see a ton of them here. All right, so we've got Ann, Leslie, Nicholas, a ton of people here. All right, Roman, you can use that PayPal buy now option there. There you go. Here is the URL. Okay, you want to be one of the first 10. All right. And Jennifer, what do you have? You have a question there? All right. Now, let's continue here. Again, that's URL. Tell me what your questions are. If you have questions, I'm going to answer all of them. Raja's in, Rhonda's in, Corey's in. Okay. Keep going. Let's see. Let me know. Now, here, take a look at this. Okay, we're going to cover all questions. Matt, I'll cover that as well. Here's a testimonial that I got from Darren DeVry when he first started. All right? This is like his second month. He says, this has been my best month so far with 258 sales to date with only 3 titles. I'm very happy. Now, consider that he's selling these at $10 each. Right? So he's at $2,580 a month, second month. I'm very happy with the progress considering my circumstances. He went through bankruptcy, right? I just wanted to say thank you again. I can see the end of the tunnel. Here's another testimonial after I asked him if I could use this. A day later, I said, Darren, can I use your testimonial? Because I want to show people how powerful this system is. And he says, yeah, Ty, you can use it. But I'm now up to 336 sales as we speak. This was a day later. He went from 258 sales to 336 sales. Now imagine selling these at $10 each. That's $3,360. He says, I'm happy with that. I was hoping for 200 sales this month, so really happy. I'm going to try for 1,000 sales a month starting next month. This is when he was off to the races. 1,000 sales a month at 10,000. That's $10,000 there, right? Then he most recently sent me this testimony, which I'm super proud of, right? He says, Ty, over the last year, I've continued to follow the Kindle Castro system, and I'm now doing $20,000 per month in sales, $22,000 to be exact. Darren is 66 years old. He's in Perth, Australia. You can do this no matter where you are. Jennifer, great question. Do you get daily alerts when you make a sale? You get notifications. You can go in and actually check, okay? All right? Yes, he's the 66-year-old guy. All right? Justin says, does he write his own books or does he have someone write them for him? He has someone, he outsources that. Yes, he does. All right, guys, we have a lot of IMs that are coming in, so please put your name in, put I'm in into the questions box once you have your order placed so that you don't lose your place. I hate for someone not to be able to get in because you didn't put the I'm in there. So after you place your order, put I'm in. And we still have about another 10 minutes to go because I want to cover all of these questions here. I'm going to stay here and answer every single question that you have, all right? Okay. Roman, yes, I see that you're in as well. Welcome aboard, all right? Take a look at this. One of my worst months still ended up pretty good, right? This is a nice car payment here, $493.84 in one of my worst months. All right, so that's not bad there. Think about that. How many of the other programs have you tried, and how many other things that you're doing that's bringing in $500 a month like that? All right, the registration link, let me give it to you again. Tim, there you go. All right, Elizabeth, you can go ahead and do that. All right, that's fine. Okay, Elizabeth, let me give you an email address to contact us at once you do that, because I will hold your spot for you because you're having an issue with that, Elizabeth, all right? And also, so I'll give you that email address. Elizabeth, put your phone number into the questions box as well so I can have it just in case we need it, all right? Okay. Randy, you can use that PayPal credit option if you need to as well, Randy. All right. Now, I want to show you folks some more things here. All right. So let's keep going here. All right. If all this did was finally allow you to generate a consistent hands-free passive income every month, would it be worth it? Answer that with a yes or no. If all this did was to allow you to generate a consistent passive income stream every month, would it be worth it? Think about that. Would it be worth it? That's what it was for me. I couldn't get anything to work, and it wasn't until I partnered with this multi-billion-dollar company, Amazon, and used their platform, their traffic, their customers. Amazon has 400 million customers. Do you think it's easy to make money when you have 400 million people to sell to? Right? So yeah, it's absolutely worth it. Right? Richard, welcome aboard. Good to have you. Right. I'm sorry, folks. We are really getting down to the edge here. If you want to get in, please go ahead and type your URL. I didn't realize that these things would sell this fast here. I do apologize here if you're not able to get in. So go ahead, visit the URL now. Okay. Now, if all this did was give you the kick in the butt to finally get you moving and making money, would it be worth it? This was a biggie for me. This was a biggie for me. It was to get me focused. Remember, I told you before that the three things that are going to help you the most are to stop, right? To stop and be still. Stop watching every webinar. To stop opening every email, right? And to focus on the easiest thing first. Stop, and then number two, focus on the easiest thing first. This is the easiest thing. It's easy because why? Amazon makes it easy. Let me ask you a question here. Amazon wants you to make money. Why do you think they want you to make money? Why do you think Amazon wants you to make money? Because they make money, Deb. Absolutely. They make money. When Amazon makes money, when you make money, they make money. Okay? Absolutely. So they've created this system that allows you to go in and upload your content, that allows you to sell to their hundreds of millions of customers, that allows you to go in and do no marketing, no traffic generation, and still be able to make a killing. All right? Justin, no such thing as a dumb question. I'll answer that in just a minute. All right? If all this did was give you 2 to 3 ebooks that each brought in $500 per month to pay a bill or save, would it be worth it? Sam, welcome aboard. Good to have you on, Sam. All right? I think we might have reached our 10 max. Let me count these out here. I'm going to count them out in just a minute. Roman, absolutely I would. All right? Roman, are you in the U.S., Roman? Okay, can you send us your phone number, Miami, Florida. All right, give me your email address and your phone number. Mohammed, you do the same as well, please. Email address and phone number. Okay. Now, if all this did was to give you the 2 to 3 ebooks that each brought in $500 per month to pay a bill or save, would it be worth it? And lots of you said yes, right? Sometimes it's the basics, it's the simplest things that will take you to the next level. As I said, when I first got started, I was happy just to be able to pay a bill, And I got so much further than that. All right? What's one ebook worth to you? Think about it. One ebook at $500 a month. What's one ebook worth to you? Is it worth $800 a month? $1,500 a month? How much would you pay to get one great selling ebook per month, per week, or per day? Right? Get the entire program. Get started now. Go to www.30dayprofits.com. All right, I'll put the URL into the questions box again. Here's everything that you'll get. And as I read this off, please go in and place your order now because we have about 1 or 2 left. All right, yes, we do have coaching as well that you get in. All right. All right, so as I read this off, please go in and get your orders in. I would hate to get through the end of this and you not be able to have gotten in. What you'll get is you'll get the setup, which is a $997 value. Setting up your account, how to get started quickly, what not to do so that you don't get banned. We also cover the Kindling for Profits module. You'll get this module where we cover finding the right niche and readers, niches that sell and readers that buy. You'll also get the Buyer Magnet module, which covers the critical must-have elements that will make your ebook sell. We cover pricing, covers, descriptions, reviews. All right, this is a $2,997 value. You'll also get the KDP cash extraction module. All right, and in this module, we cover the secret ways to use the Kindle Direct Publishing platform to make more money than most people ever will. Right, to make more money than most people ever will. Okay, so you'll get all of that. And then the total value of everything here, this is not even including the bonuses. Wait until I show you with the bonuses. This is $8,991. Here's the bonuses that you're going to get. You'll get the Google Kindle Crunch bonus, which shows you how to get your ebooks listed in Google. This accounts for about 30% of my sales. So if I make $30,000, this is where 10% of $10,000 of that comes from. All right, I'll put the URL in the questions box one more time. Sally, go in and place your order now because we're down to the wire. I'm going to answer the questions, and then after that, we're closing out. Right? This is where 30% of my sales come from. This is a $1,997 value here. You'll also get bonus number 2. All right, which is the money multiplicity bonus. The money multiplicity bonus. And in this bonus, I show you, okay, how to publish the same content to the Barnes & Noble's Nook Press platform and the Apple's iBookstore platform. So the same content that you'll be publishing to Amazon, you'll also publish to these other 2 major platforms and be able to triple your exposure. Triple your exposure, okay? This is a $997 value here. $997 value, right? You'll also get, again, your own virtual assistant. This individual will be able to help you to research your topics, come up with title ideas, okay, write out descriptions, communicate with your writer, or anything else that you can think of, including working on some of your other businesses, okay? You'll get this person for 40 hours. Imagine being able to have someone help you for 40 hours, one-on-one. There's no barriers here, right? There's no excuses. So this actually cost me real money, but you'll be able to get this person for 40 hours. Visit the site now, 30dayprofits.com. You can use your Visa, MasterCard, American Express, your Discover card, or if you don't have the money now, you can also use the PayPal credit option. You'll see a button on there and a video that shows you how to go in and get this program right now with no money down. Okay, so visit 30dayprofits.com to see how that works. You'll also get access to our private Facebook group where you get to ask questions. All right? Nicholas, yes. Check the email. Nicholas says, I just made the purchase. Welcome aboard, Nicholas. Check your email. You should have a welcome email there. Welcome aboard. All right? You get to ask questions. You get updates. You get to share ideas. You get to brainstorm. You get help. All right? Okay? You'll also get this one-time only bonus class for those that have already ordered or that order right now before we close out this presentation. Right? You want to be able to go in and order before I close this out because this will be your last chance. I'm not even sure if we have a replay here because GoToWebinar has been acting so funky over the last day or two. I think they're updating their system. So this may be your last chance to get in on this. And if that is the case, I do apologize here. That's not a trick or a game or anything like that. I think you could tell from my presentation and from my character and from just the sincerity in my voice that I'm not into playing games here. You'll get this special exclusive bonus class for those that have already ordered or that ordered before we close out this webinar. And in this class, you'll see how my 15-year-old makes $5,000 a month publishing mystery thriller novels. All right? $5,000 a month publishing mystery thriller novels. You'll see how she comes up with the ideas, super simple. You'll see how she does her research. You'll even get access to her prize fishing method that she uses to hook buyers in. This method alone has helped her to sell over $50,000 worth of ebooks. You'll get the letter method that she uses to make people buy every single title in her ebook series. All right? This is a real $5,000 value, and this bonus class will start 6 to 8 weeks from now. Only available to the first, this says first 5, but everyone that orders is going to get this bonus. All right? I feel extra generous right now. Extra generous. Now, let me ask you a question. Naz, I'm going to answer all of the questions in just a moment. All right? Is there anyone that has tried to order and you haven't been able to get in because it's blocked you out? Maybe we've reached our max. I'm not sure. So if so, put your name into the questions box. Let me know. You can get started right now for just $9.97. All right? Where you want to be one of the first 10 Fast Action members so you get all of the bonuses. Visit 30dayprofits.com. You can use your Visa, your MasterCard, your American Express, your Discover credit card. And if you don't have the money or the full amount to use right now, you can actually use PayPal credit, which is very easy to get. PayPal will pay for this purchase for you. All right? So you'll get access to the entire program right now immediately and then not have to make a payment or interest for 6 months. So what's cool about that is you actually get 6 months to go in and implement this system so that you start to put it in place, you can start to use it, you can start to get results, and then use that money to pay PayPal back. Pretty cool, right? All right, so there's really no risk on you. So isn't that pretty awesome? You can use that. So go ahead. All right. Now, right now you have, yes, someone just asked me, even if my card has no money, Agnes, yes, you can do that, even if you have no money on your card. So right now you have 2 choices, right? First option is to do nothing and not take this leap of faith, which is risk-free, right? Or the second option is to pony up the small, tiny investment today compared to all of the value that you'll receive in return and just give it a shot. Just give it a shot. Who knows? Now, here's my 3-part crazy guarantee because I want to make sure that you succeed. We still have a ton of people that are watching this presentation, so if you're still watching with us, congratulations. As a matter of fact, if you're still watching, right, this is going to push you over the edge. This is going to say, I have to sign up for this. Here's my crazy 3-part guarantee. The first part is research. If you can't find a hot topic to create your first ebook around, I will personally help you to get started, right? The second part to my 3-part guarantee is outsourcing. If you can't find someone to write your ebooks for you, I will give you access to one of my best writers who will write your first ebook for under $150, all right? The third part to my 3-part guarantee is if after 60 days you're not making at least $500 per ebook, I will have one of my top coaches jump on a call with you to help kickstart your sales. We do this all the time to help our students, okay? I only want serious people. So once you're in, you are in, all right? No tire kickers. You'll know if this is for you. I'm looking for serious students that are ready to explode their Kindle publishing business this year. So only serious people. As I said, I'm looking to work with 10 serious people that are looking to really make a ton of money this year. With other opportunities, it can take 3 to 5 years to get your initial investment back. With this, you get back 5 times that amount with the first couple of ebooks you publish. Think about that. How powerful is that? Now, here's something that really changed things for me, right? In just a matter of years. The tale of 2 people. We have Timid Tommy, and this used to be me right here. Timid Tommy is the person that's very cynical. He's very doubtful, right? He makes excuses. He's sarcastic, right? He never can get something done. That used to be me. By contrast, you have the other individual on the right, Brave Bob. Brave Bob is the guy who says, if he can do it, I can do it. If Sally can do it, I can do it. If Ty can do it, I can do it. If Michael can do it, I can do it. All right, Brave Bob sees no obstacles. That's how you have to be in life. It's crazy the way life works. When we start to doubt things, we don't get the results that we want. When we start to see that we can do things, the doors start to open. I can't even explain how that works. But when you just leap out on faith, things start to really work. As Rob mentioned at the very beginning, my life wasn't the best coming up. I was very doubtful, very cynical about a lot of things. I said, these internet marketers, they're the only ones that know how to make money, or they're smart, or they have something, they have connections, they have this, they have that. I made up all of these excuses. I blamed it on the government. I blamed it on my parents. I blamed it on the lack of education. I blamed it on this, that. I blamed it on everything. And instead of saying, I'm going to just try, I'm going to have faith. And once I started to do that, things totally changed for me, right? Become the Brave Bob or the Brave Bobette, right? Deb is in. Welcome, Deb, all right? Welcome aboard, Deb. All right? Stay on. Once you're in, stay on because I want to share something with you. Okay? Now, let me show you what to do next. Visit 30dayprofits.com to get your order in, right? You'll go to 30 Day Profits. And then you're going to see a page that looks like this. You've got 2 order buttons here. You can use this button if you want to pay by, credit card using like your Visa, your MasterCard, your American Express, or your Discover. Okay? Or if you want to pay using PayPal, if you have funds in your PayPal account, or if you have your credit card attached to PayPal, just click on this button and you can use that, all right? If you want to use PayPal credit and get PayPal to purchase this for you, you can click on this button, the Buy Now, Pay Later button, and PayPal will actually give you the money to buy this program. I think this is only available in the U.S., maybe the UK, maybe Canada and Australia, but I'm not sure. So please try this if this is an option that you're looking to go after. At least click on the button and see if you have that option. If you need video help, click this link right here and a video will pop up that will show you how to go in and apply for PayPal credit. All right? Very simple to do. At least try. Listen, remember I said that things changed for me once I started to gamble a little bit and started to try. Okay? All right? So at least try. Now, here's the entire program that you get. It's the entire Kindle Castro program. Again, you'll get to look over my shoulder. It's paint by numbers easy. It's 1, 2, 3. It's step by step. So you get to see what I do as I do it and the results that I get as a result of doing it. All right? Everything that you'll get in this program is you'll get the setup, which is a $997 value. We cover setting up your account, how to get started quickly, what not to do so that you don't get banned. We also give you the Kindling for Profits module, which is a $1,497 value. And in this module, we cover finding the right niche in readers, niches that sell, and readers that buy. All right? You will also get the buyer magnet module. And in this module, I cover the critical must-have elements that will make your ebook sell. We cover the covers, the pricing, the descriptions, the reviews, and things like that as well. You'll also get the KDP cash extraction module, which is a $3,500 value. And in this module, I cover the secret ways to use the Kindle Direct Publishing platform to make more money than most people ever will with it. Simply because they don't even know a tenth of what I shared with you on this webinar. Imagine once you get access to the program, right? And all of the content that you'll get. So the total value of everything is $8,991. As I mentioned earlier, I normally sell this program for $2,997. This is the only time you'll be able to get it for a third of that. All right, $997, the only time. All right, tomorrow it's going to go back up to the regular price of $2,997, so get in right now. Here's the fast action bonuses. The first is the Google Kindle Crunch. And in this module, I show you how to get your ebook listed, right, on Google to increase your sales big time. This is where 30% of my sales come from. So if I make $30,000, $10,000 of that comes from just this method alone, right? You'll also get the money multiplicity bonus, where I show you how to take the same content that you're publishing to Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing platform and also publish it to the Barnes & Noble's Nook Press platform and Apple's iBookstore platform to triple your ebooks exposure. This is a $997 value, okay? You'll also get this special fast action bonus again, which is your own virtual assistant, okay? And this person can help you, he or she can help you with researching topics, coming up with title ideas, writing out descriptions, communicating with your writer, or anything else that you can think of, including working in some of your other businesses. All right, this is an individual that will be able to help you for 40 hours, okay? And this is actually a real value, so this costs me money. So that's why I have to limit it, okay? I have to limit it. You'll also get access to our private Facebook group. We have 700 people that are in this group, just over 700 that are crushing it. Some that are just starting out just as you are, some that are making hundreds of dollars a month, some that are making thousands of dollars a month, some that are making tens of thousands of dollars a month. In this group, you get to surround yourself with like-minded individuals, successful people. Surround yourself with successful individuals, and you get to see and learn how successful people think. You get to ask questions, you get to get updates because we're constantly helping each other out in this group. You get to share ideas, you get to brainstorm with one another. Okay? All right? Nicola says, how much time per week do I honestly need to commit to your system? Well, you can put in about an hour or two a week, Nicholas. All right? About an hour or two. You can put in more if you want, but about an hour or two. All right? You're never left alone with this program. I said that, you know, once I put together a course, it's going to be high quality and it's going to be one where my student can always get help. All right? You'll also get this one-time only exclusive bonus class for those that have already ordered and for everyone that orders before the end of this presentation. All right? So even if you're watching, if we're lucky enough to get a replay, which I hope we are, cross your fingers, folks. And if you go in and you order from the replay, you'll get this bonus. You'll get all of the bonuses here. All right? Now, get started now for just $9.97. I want to answer some of your questions. All right? Ask me some questions and we'll answer all your questions here. Let's do that. Is that fine? Do you guys want to do a Q&A, ladies? You want to do a Q&A here? Let's do that. All right? Do you want to look at some reviews or do you want to do a Q&A? I'll let you make the decision. Because we still have a ton of people that are watching here. Q&A. Okay, so let's do Q&A, says Anna. Matt says Q&A. All right, so let's skip past these reviews. Well, let me just really quickly, here's one of my students here. She's in Germany, Sabina, right? We're going to do a Q&A, but I just want to show you. She's in Germany. $1,000 her first month selling a body makeover ebook. Awesome. All right? She's crushing it in Germany. I think she's 60 or 50-something years old. Crushing it in Germany. All right? Here's another one of my students, Steve. All right? 400 bucks his first week selling a paddle surfing ebook. Here's another one of my students, Valerie. Almost $2,000 selling homeschool transcripts. All right? Here's one of our students in our Facebook group. I want to show you how powerful this is. She says, her name is Linda Allen, and Linda has been with us for a while. She's one of our active students in the Facebook group. She says, I got Ty's program last year, and I'm so glad I did. I made several $1,000s, and that's after stopping writing after several months. Right? She had a health scare, and she had to stop publishing ebooks. But even though she stopped, the money still kept coming in. Think about that. Imagine if you had to stop working at your job. Would you still continue to get paid? Not at all. She stopped publishing ebooks for a couple of months, and she still consistently, right, made money month after month after month. That's after being inactive and not doing anything. Imagine that. Not working, but still making a ton of money. Only on Amazon. Here's another one of my students, Tracy Forrester. Sent me this text message that I got on my fancy Apple Watch. She says, I sold 5 copies this week. Her first 3 days, she sold five copies. First 3 days. Here's Darren DeVry again, the 66-year-old in Perth, Australia. $20,000 per month in sales. All right? Tony Robbins says, when I asked earlier, some of you said that you were familiar with Tony Robbins. He says, if you want to be successful, find someone who has achieved the results you want and copy what they do, and you'll achieve the same results. All right? That's the entire program. Here's everything that you'll get. All right? Here's the fast action bonuses. All right? Now, let's go into this Q&A here. I'm going to let a few more people get in, and then we're going to close it out. Let's answer questions here. So now, Matt, let's see. I'm going to answer them in the order that they came in. Justin says, okay, great question. Justin Holmes, what safeguards do you take to make sure there has been no plagiarism? Right? Sorry, grade 9 English was the hardest 3 years of my life. I totally get that, Justin. But so here's the thing. I cover this in a program, and I'll show you how to do that. I use Copyscape and other programs out there. But to be honest with you, I have never had someone go in and hand in plagiarized material. And I've hired dozens of writers. That's just a false fear. It's a false fear, right? Because it's the same fear that I had when I first started. It's one of the same fears that I hear every once in a while, not too often, but it doesn't happen, Justin. And you're protected. Remember, okay, when you use the services, the freelancing services that I suggest that you use in this program, you're protected, right, by the escrow option that they have. So you don't release the funds until you're 100% satisfied with the book. 100% satisfied, then you release it. All right? Thank you, Muhammad. All right? Let's see. Who else? Oh, Justin says, how do you create covers? Now, covers you can get off of Fiverr. You can also get covers off of Upwork. You can also get covers off of, Fiverr and Upwork. Okay? Yes, Muhammad, yes. All right? Now, here's something I want you to do, because a lot of people are asking me about this. Hold this URL. Write down the URL, 30dayprofits.com. Muhammad, write down that URL. He just asked me, will I be able to purchase in a day or two? I'm not sure, but I'm thinking about this. I might. All right? I like to keep my groups close-knit, okay? But write down the URL in case you need to, in case you're not in yet and you need to talk it over with your business partner or your significant, or you need to think about it, all right? If you don't have the funds yet, I highly suggest that you use that PayPal buy or credit option, right? If you do have the funds, use your American Express, your PayPal, your Visa, your MasterCard, or your Discover, all right? Oh, covers and price points. Let's cover that as well. Price points. I like to stay between, when I'm first starting, I like to stay between $2.99 and $9.99. And then after that, I'll start with $2.99, I'll test that price point, and then I can slowly scale it up a little bit as the sales come in, right? So there you go. My best price points are about $5.99, right? $7.99. So here's the question I want to ask you now. Tell me, why haven't you signed up yet? And let's be really honest. Be really honest with me, because I could probably help you. So tell me, why haven't you signed up yet? Is it, and if you don't see your answer here, tell me. Just put it into the questions box. No one else won't. All right? You don't think that you can come up with ebook ideas that will sell? Is that one of the reasons why you haven't signed up yet? Tell me, why haven't you signed up yet? Just put it into the questions box. All right? Okay. All right, Annis, make sure that you write that URL. Did you write it down, Annis? You don't think that you can come up with ebook ideas that sell? Well, that was secret number one. How to come up with ebook ideas, okay, in less than 3 minutes. I showed you how to do that in secret number one. And in the course, I go into even more detail on how to do that. All right, give me some other reasons, okay? Josh, absolutely not. Josh says, this sounds like a get-rich-quick scheme. Absolutely not, Josh. So here's the thing. I'm glad you said that. And if it was a get-rich-quick scheme, Josh, I probably wouldn't have even had the balls to read that question, right? But here's the thing. You're partnering with a multi-billion-dollar company, Josh, Amazon.com, that has created this platform for you to make money so that they make money, all right? Who remembers when Amazon first got started way back when? What was their initial goal? What was the number one reason why they went into business? What was the number one reason? Josh, do you remember what their number one goal was to accomplish when they first got started? Hard copy books, says Larry. To sell books, says Felicia. Books. Yeah, to become the world's largest bookstore, right? That was their number one goal. That was, I mean, before they started selling contact lens solutions, perfume, and tires, and supplements, and things like that, right? Their number one goal was to become the planet's largest bookstore. And they said, you know, we're the new kid on the block. That's going to be pretty hard to do. We've got competition like Barnes & Nobles and Borders. And what are some of the other bookstores that are out there? Waterstones, right? I think out in the UK. I was out in London last year and I saw that. Waterstones, I think. And Books A Millions. And he said the only way we're going to be able to become the planet's largest bookstore is if we get the help of everyday people like myself and like yourself. So they came up with this brilliant idea of creating the Kindle Direct publishing platform and letting anyone come in, okay, to letting anyone come in to be able to publish to their platform, all right? Anyone come in to be able to publish to their platform. And by doing that, they opened up a massive amount of content. They created this platform that has created many, many millionaires. They've created a platform that has created many, many, many hundreds of thousands of heirs, right? And they've accomplished their goal of becoming the world's largest platform, bookseller, right? So reason number two, is this the reason why you didn't start? You're nervous about putting it all in place? Right? If so, it's super easy. Once we overcome our fears, we open up the doors to massive amounts of success. All right? All right? Justin, .com. You just need the one. So Justin just asked a great question. He says he's in Canada, and he says, should he open up a Canadian Amazon account or U.S. Amazon account? You just need the one, because you can publish, right? You can publish your ebooks globally from that same platform. So if you have an Amazon U.S. account or an Amazon Canadian or a UK or whatever it might be, Australian, you can publish globally. You can publish to all of the different countries from that one account. You don't need to go in and open up multiple accounts. All right? Good question, Justin. Roman says, how long does it take to go through this program? You can go through it in a weekend if you need it to, Roman. All right? In a weekend. Reason number 3, you think it's too expensive. I just saw someone put that in there. All right? Someone said... Ooh, I think I missed it. Okay. Do you think it's too expensive? Well, if you think it's too expensive, it's also try how expensive, understanding how expensive it is not getting started with a program or an opportunity like this. Think about it. I said that we just took our children to Thailand for 3 weeks. We have 4 children. So my wife, myself, and 4 of our children to Thailand. Had it not been for me publishing ebooks to Amazon, I would not have been able to give my family that experience. I just wouldn't have been able to afford it. Right? So being able to pay $1,000 for something like this to generate and possibly generate all of the other additional income is huge. Right? Me being able to give my 9-year-old daughter Summer or my 12-year-old son Tyler the experience to be able to go in and visit a country like Thailand is priceless. That's something that they'll always remember. Right? And then also, absolutely, Justin. Justin says, too expensive. Try starting up a small business for anything less with the same income potential. You're absolutely right. Justin, here, I get positioned all the time to open up brick and mortar businesses. I won't touch them with a 10-foot pole. My wife wanted to start different businesses, the dance studio and things like that. I might let her do that, but I wouldn't want to be involved with it because the risk is too great with a traditional brick and mortar business. The investments are too high. You've got to start with tens of thousands of dollars, right? And the profit margins are nowhere near what you make online because this is digital content, all right? All right? Okay. Justin, absolutely. You can't run the dance studio from the beach. You know, while we were in Vegas this past weekend, okay, my sales were still coming in. Like clockwork, still coming in, still coming in. From our hotel room, I was able to log into my computer using my Mac and check on things. That's it. As a matter of fact, I was able to go in and answer questions in the Facebook group. Do you guys want to see the Facebook group? Maybe I can do that. So if you didn't sign up immediately, is this the reason? Reason number 4, you live outside of the U.S. Well, if that is your reason for keeping you away from this, you can do this no matter where you are. I have students that literally live around the globe, across the globe, in Australia, in Canada, in the UK, Russia, France, Italy, Spain, Mexico, Iceland. All right? I have students that are literally across the globe. Reason number 5, you want time to think about it. Well, here's the thing. As I said, I don't like, this is not something that, you see some people that sell a program and they make more money selling the freaking program than they do actually doing what they're teaching in the program. That's not me. I prefer to be doing what I'm teaching you guys here. I prefer to publish Kindle books than to, do webinars. So I probably won't do another webinar for a very, 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 very long time if I do one again. All right? So you don't have much time to think about it. That's why I told you to write down that URL and to visit the site to get in right now. Right? I want to answer some more questions as well. English is not your first language. Maybe that's the reason why you didn't sign up. Oh, Maura, that's a great question. Let me just cover this here really quickly. English is not your first language. Well, if English is not your first language, that's fine, because you can still publish your ebooks in English. And this is perfectly on. Maura, your question is right on time. She says, would this work for books in other languages, Spanish, French, German, etc., selling on Amazon in the U.S.? Yes. As a matter of fact, what I do is when I get an ebook that's selling really well, Maura, what I do is I take that ebook and then I translate it into other languages. Does that make sense? I then translate it into Spanish first, because Spanish is the second or first, depending on who you ask, most widely spoken language on the face of the earth, right? So if I have an ebook that's selling well in English, I then want to have it translated into Spanish. Okay? Does that make sense? Give me a big yes if that makes sense, because you don't want to miss out on that huge Spanish market. All right. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do. We have reached out our max. Actually, we reached out our max by an extra, we have 14 people that are in. All right. There's people that are still asking me. They're saying, Ty, I can't get in. I can't get in. It looks like the page closed out on them. I'm going to send my administrator a text right now and tell her to let 6 more people in. So we'll max it out at an even 20. Is that fair? All right. I hope I'm being more than fair to you, but I can't let any more than 20 people in. So I'm going to tell her to open up 6 more slots so that we have 10 people in. Roman, I do have you. You're slotted in, Roman. I have you. All right. And Mohammed, you're in as well. All right. So that's it. So if you are sitting on the fence, this is your time to get in. Visit the website, 30dayprofits.com. Go in and get in so that you're one of those last 6 that get in. Okay. Reason number 7, if you didn't get in, you've never sold anything online and you're new to all of this. Well, super easy. This is super easy to do. As you saw where I laid it out, it's 1, 2, 3 easy. All right. Ignatius, that you're fine. All right. Super easy. So this is actually perfect for someone who's never sold anything online. This is actually perfect for a person who wants to get involved with starting a business and they have no experience, because you're partnering with Amazon, a multi-billion-dollar company. Right? This is a company that's not going to disappear anytime soon. So this is the perfect place to get started with. All right? I have no Facebook account. Do I need to open one, says Nicholas. No, you don't. No. Mohammed, no, this is not a physical product. This is digital. Great question. It's all online, Mohammed. Okay? All online. Because we update it regularly. So it's all online. All right. Oh, I see 1 more of those slots were taken now. So we just have 5 more spots taken available. All right. Welcome aboard, Michael. Good to have you on board. All right. Let's see. Randy says, do you personally use a pen name? Yes, I do, Randy. I publish everything under a pen name. Because you don't want to look like a jack of all trades, right? Let's say if you're publishing an ebook on a romance novel, and then you're publishing a mystery thriller novel, and then you're also publishing an ebook on how to increase your testosterone levels, and then you're publishing an ebook on how to select and choose curtains. All right, Stephen, yes, I got you as well. Welcome aboard. All right, Maura, what was your questions on the photos? What was your question on those? All right, I must have missed that. Sorry about that. Reason number 8, you don't have enough money. Use PayPal credit. We've talked about that. Right? We talked about that several times. So you go to 30dayprofits.com and you'll see where you can use PayPal credit. Talk to me. Everyone else is on board. Why haven't you signed up yet? Why are you still on the fence? Let me know. All right? Morris says, if you get photos on the internet, how do you tell if they're copyrighted? We talk about that in the program, Maura. That's a little bit more detailed. So I'm going to show you how to get copyright-free photos to use in your ebooks. We talk about that in the program. All right. So I want to thank everyone for listening. Let me give you this page again. Let me just go back really quickly here. And if you do have questions, I will stand by and answer your questions for you. So go ahead. If you are an internet marketer, I want to give you a bonus. Even if you didn't get in, I want to give you something pretty cool. So hold on for 1 second, right? I want to show you. I want to invite you to my Facebook page. It's called Let's All Make Money Online. All right, let me open it up for you here. Give me 1 second. It's called Let's All Make Money Online. Okay. Oh, thank you very much for your time and honesty, says Steven. Thank you. Hey, would you guys mind leaving me a testimonial here? Leave me a testimonial because I'll post it on my page. But for everyone that got in, visit our website right here. Not website, I'm sorry. This is a closed Facebook group. Let me close out some of these messages here. This is a closed Facebook group. And we have, yes, Justin, if you can go to the Facebook group and once I approve you, leave me a testimonial. All right? Let's All Make Money Online. Go there, type that into Facebook, and you'll see the group, Let's All Make Money Online. Request that I add you, and then I'll go in and approve you. We have 1,405 members right now. I want you to be the next one, okay? And this Facebook group is so cool because we share information on how to make money online, not just Amazon Kindle publishing, but everything else as well. Whether it's, we have experts that are Facebook marketers, we have experts that are e-commerce marketers, we have experts that are YouTube video experts, we have experts pretty much in a huge variety. We've got 3 people that want to join this group already. So if that's you, go ahead. I just approve you. Go ahead, request that I add you again, and I'll add you into the group. We've got one more person that wants to. So go ahead. It's Let's All Make Money Online. Request that I add you, and I will add you. And then again, this is the URL to go in and get started. You can get started with PayPal credit. Leave me a testimonial on that Facebook page as well. And like I said, I will go in and use your testimonial, right, in my marketing, give you some extra added exposure and visibility. Okay, Justin is there, Muhammad, I see you there, right, as well. And I'm going to leave this page up, all right, so that you can get in. And if you have any questions, let's go over these questions. I'm going to close this out in about, let's see, 3 minutes. How about that? So I'll cover some more questions. What do we have? Oh, Anne-Marie, you just go to the Facebook group and type in Let's All Make Money Online and request that. Hold on. Request that I add you, and you'll be in there. All right, Deb, I see that you're there as well. All right, Sam says by far the best webinar. Thank you, Sam. That's awesome. Oh, M says, what's the difference from your public group I just asked to join? Well, that's it. It's public. This Let's All Make Money Online group is public. The Facebook group is a closed group where only those that purchase the Kindle Cash Flow program can get in. All right, that's more of a private group. All right, let me go in and approve anyone else that's tried to get in just now as well. Okay, so all right, so go in and leave your testimonial on the wall here. All right, and I'll approve that as well. And I'm going to leave this slide up. And this was awesome. I had a really great time with you. All right, so I appreciate everyone that has joined us, that has watched this presentation, that has contributed your voice, that has asked questions, and that has gotten in. All right, we still have 2 more slots available, and I'm sure that those will be taken pretty quickly. So whether you're watching the replay or not, go in and get in right now. 30dayprofits.com. Write that URL down in case you need to talk it over with your significant, your wife, or whoever it may be, your business partner. And you can use your regular Visa, MasterCard, American Express, or Discover card, or you can go in and apply for PayPal credit and get in that way as well. All right? Welcome aboard.